Hey there, neighbors and naysayers. June 5th, 2024. Thought I'd stop and take a video as I'm moving them across the fence. So they've only been in here 18 hours, but I gotta go to 4-H camp tonight, so I'm moving them just a little early. We'll end up probably missing the whole day in there somewhere because of time schedule, but just thought it might be cool to take a video quick of them going through the fence. So I guess turn around and show you what I got here. This is just my gate handle. I just pop this up and then just walk around, swing that gate open. Hopefully we don't get any lambs trampled in the process, but it does happen from time to time. I'd like to say it doesn't, but it does. And everybody just kind of zooms through. Now, one of the ways we can solve that lamb trample issue is by opening up a bigger space, but you got to move a whole lot faster to get them going. And then we've got one set of lambs was born just 3 or 4 days ago. She's down with the ram, but the rest of them are all a week old, probably at the minimum, and then 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, and that's always the last one. She's feeding triplets, and I don't know, she's got a little bit of a limp, but with 3 babies, that's not a surprise. And that's it. They're all through the fence, and you can start seeing they mash down right away. Now this is a field we fed unrolled hay on 2 winters ago. Come back just fantastic, and they'll be here now for roughly 24 hours. It's about an acre big. I did the calculation this morning. I think it's somewhere between an acre and a quarter, with all those in there. But I'll step back here and show you what we got coming out. So this is coming out. There's a pretty good cow pie right there. That's one of the tasks for today, was to look up and try to find an unmolested cow pie and see if they're looking okay, and they are. Bull thistle out there that they obviously didn't trample. That's the one thing they will not trample. The Canadian thistle they'll eat or trample, but the bull thistle they'll walk around. Mothfly rose even they'll eat and trample a little, but that bull thistle they won't. Getting a little bit of liquid sunshine coming down here. The other observation, I guess, for today is maybe 2, I guess. Of course, close to the water. They were in here in the winter, and so that's what it looks like. We got turnips and things growing in there. I guess I'll walk down here and unhook the water trough while I'm talking. I hear a thought all the time, and this is especially from dairy grazers. We got to graze really close to keep the clovers coming. And what I'm noticing this year especially is we had a lot of clover starting out. And I always kind of notice it kind of wanes as the summer goes by. But what I'm noticing in these fields that were grazed a week ago is it is just full of clover. And we've grazed it enough to make it continue to come back. Where sometimes we mash down too much litter and I worry about it coming back. And sometimes we graze it too hard and I worry about it coming back. And sometimes we leave too much standing and I worry about the shading effect on the clover, where this time it seems to be just about right. Maybe it's the time of year, I don't know, it's just an observation. But boy, do we have a bunch of clover coming back where I didn't normally notice it before. And so makes me think I've got things just about right. I'm a little concerned that we're grazing a lot of the orchard grass too close, but I don't really think it's a concern. It's a catch-22 where you want to catch the fescue and don't want to hurt the orchard grass. So outside of that, I guess here I am going to camp. And I used to go to camp for the whole, 3, 4, 5 days. This is Ethan's first year in camp, and I decided a long time ago I did not want to be there when Ethan was there, but the 4-H agent has asked me to come, and Ethan has asked me to come too, because this is kind of his first time ever being away from home, so we'll go do that. I'm not going to spend all my time there, but I get a lot of, oh, we can't do that, we don't have time for that, we don't have time to move. You just make time. I'm a cow person. I love to be with the cows and the sheep, and I just do it. I come up here, and right now I've got fence built all the way to next Tuesday. For the cows, I got till Saturday built, and all I gotta do is I gotta have an hour. Come out here, move fence, feed the dog, go over the cows, move the cows, and then I'm done. It just takes a 4 or 5 hour commitment one time during the week to build the fence, and then an hour a day to get both groups moved. Half an hour really per group. So told those of you say I can't do that all the time. Well, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm a little grumpy today, but I think, you know, if you don't have time and you don't like to manage that, then maybe we're in the wrong business. Maybe we ought to be in the haymaking business. Maybe we ought to be in the equipment business. And I'm not grumpy because of this, but like our hay tractor is at the dealership right now getting worked on, and Dad's a tractor guy, and he just doesn't see that there's hardly anything to do if the tractor isn't here. Now, 90% of our work isn't with the tractor, but when the tractor's not here, it's like all the family run out on you, you know. And to me, I look around and go, oh, there's a million more things I could do, and I don't need a tractor to do it. So I just get lost in that, and I get lost in the, you know, we try to help folks and set people up with where they can have a system like this, and we go back a year or two and it just has kind of fallen apart, and they lose their enthusiasm. I don't know what it all is, but it's, you know, I'm trying, and I guess with these videos what I try to do is give folks the tools to get somewhere better than where they were. And I mean, this is 1,000-fold better than we were 20 some years ago when we were continuously grazing. Now this farm was continuously grazed less than 13 years ago because I bought it then, and this was all continuous hayfield. It was nothing but solid fescue, and look what we've got built back into this. I mean, if we're truly interested in improving and leaving it better than we found it, then here's the tools. Here's how to do it. And I'm not saying I'm always right. I'm not. I know that we err and we make mistakes, and there's always a lot of discussion on what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, and should we be grazing this tighter? Should we be leaving more? Really, if I was home, I would start experimenting with giving them a little bit bigger paddock and let them tramp a little bit more, because I don't know that we're going to get through it all. I figured out today we're using about 1.4 acres a day, and I'd like to be through the entire farm by July 15th. That means I got about 60 acres I can cover between now and then, out of 100, and I don't know that I've already covered 40. In fact, I'm sure I haven't covered 40. So we got to start experimenting with giving them a little bit bigger paddocks, and we'll do that in the days to come, but I'm just not going to have that time. Tonight's the first farmer's market too, so that's the other reason why I'm home early. I'm home moving stuff so we can go to farmer's market, and then I can go to 4-H camp. So that I'm going to keep moving and get down the road. See you next time.